calm before the storm. Things aren't as they were before. You best start bracing. Did you think you could keep us out? Shut the gates, forget us now. Tides are changing. Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's revolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. With the
Alright, guys. We are ready. Okay, now we're ready. Just wanted to let that Game Ranger ad get out the way. And the players are ready, we are ready. And now we just need to host and get into the game. So this is the 2v2 first round of the new 2v2 tournament, Masters and Apprentice. I'll introduce the players in a sec and we'll have a look at the bracket as well. So there has been some games already, so if you don't want a spoiler, look away when we turn to the brackets. But we'll have a look. I think it's been very interesting so far, how things are panning out. And seems relatively balanced so far as well, where you get an expert with a less experienced player, and then from pot 2 and 3 you get a sort of two quite experienced pros together as well. So balance wise it hasn't looked bad so far. Let's see how this pans out. So here we go. So the match today, we have Vivid and Moliere against Sasukee and Amin, who is also known as CryBaby, I believe. Since we're on Game Ranger, I think the players are going to quit once they see the armies. They're going to say the armies, and then they'll remake just so they know what they're playing against, because it can influence strategy and what we're doing. I think it's the normal FE. Pretty sure it's the normal FE. At least that's what we did yesterday, and everyone was cool with that. So that's not the normal FE, but it's the ranked version. I'm sure it's fine. We can double check with Wraith, but I'm sure the non-bug version okay. Yep, non-bug version is good. Yeah, so it's worth testing what the latency is here as well, because I think we've got quite an international lineup here, spreading across 2-3 continents. So yeah, they just left instantly, so we can't see the lag element, but I would say if we can manage under 25 latency here, we've done pretty well. I'd be surprised if it was lower than that, just simply based on distance. I guess the good news is I'm in the middle of where these players are located, so that's something. Alrighty. Well, I didn't actually catch the armies there, so I hope these boys remember. Tox Demo is pretty decent. And USA Stealth, interesting, okay. So two Crybabies accepted, and he hasn't picked his army. All right, we're getting there. All right. So I would say this is, as a matchup goes, it's not like grossly imbalanced. I mean, a lot of this is going to come down to the V control and perhaps the latency, because it's pretty hard to micro if the ping gets a bit high. But yeah, on paper this should be a decent match. So let's just have a quick look at the players here. So in this tournament you got 4 pots, and pot 1 being what's considered the expert, pot 4 being the less experienced player, 2 and 3 in between. And so here in the bottom left we have Vivid, who as an expert of pot 1, he's really improving a lot, I feel, of late. So it'd be interesting how he shows up in the 2v2. And his ally is Moliere, who's, I think, best thing to say is he's a student of the game. He loves the game. And yeah, I'm sure he's going to be trying to do some good team play with Vivid. And then from pots 2 and 3, we have Amin, who's also known as CryBaby, and Sasukee, who has actually filled in for Leb. Leb, unfortunately, can't play this tournament for one reason or another. Won't go into it, but he is not playing. So we see a dozer drop here, which Vivid just about seems prepared for. Oh, I think that was a bit of a ping issue there, and the terrorist has bugged out. And this terrorist is still... Oh. It's still bugging out here. So he didn't actually run many over, but he's delayed that. And he's actually coming round for another swoop here. So this is pretty annoying for Vivid right now. Has managed to get this forward tunnel up. He's learning the ways of the OOE here. And that was very nice from Molly there to clear that V up. Ooh, and Sasukee nearly lost that tech, but his forward tunnel is actually under a lot of pressure here. Oh, is he going to retarget? Oh, the splash of the tox actually killed that terrorist. And we have a V going down to a terrorist as well. Looking really good for Vivid's team already, but as I say, yeah, was worried about the latency because you literally have, I believe, Canada, Malaysia, and the Middle East within this game. So I don't actually know how much I'm influencing because, as I say, I'm in the middle here. But you know, it was always going to be rough. That's what I know, just on distance. And it looks like the bottom team can really double the USA here because Sasukee has a tunnel nowhere near his ally right now, and he's lost his unsafe. So they are doing that with a very nice tech RPG push, and this is already game over. This is already GG. Yep. Very dominant, fast win from Vivid and Molly here. Wow, that was quick. Very, very nice. I'm not sure actually who hosted that, but it might be better we mix the host. Right. Where's this non-bugged FE? Iffy no bug map. So Sasuke's already not happy. And Vivid, I bet that's as cheeky as he gets, actually. Really nice guy, Vivid. Always polite, respectful, GGs, never flames. That's as cheeky as you're going to get from Vivid. Yep, fair point. Alright, here we go. Sasukee very chatty. Personally, I'd rather him focus on the game rather than get distracted by all the lag or whatever else is happening. It's generally never a good idea. So we have the reverse of the armies now. So we have USA and Stealth for Vivid and Moliere. And now the Tox demo for Amin and Sasukee. And it's a tricky one because without any delay, I'd prefer to have the USA Stealth combo just because of the V element. But if the latency is not good, then it's almost not good to be USA if you can't control the Vs. But the good news is with me as host, latency does look better. So I think throughout this series, that'll have to be the way we do it. At least I'm in the middle. So we see Moliere assuming there would be a tunnel here, but there's actually not. And I don't think that Dozer is going to achieve much. There's already a terrorist in position. He could have potentially got more work done, Dozer dropping here. Because as I say, yeah, not just a terrorist, he's not going to get there in time. On either tunnel, actually. Like this from Vivid. So really nice to tunnel your mate here. And we see them doing it slightly different, letting the USA take the front, which as I say is probably not a bad idea because you're going to see a lot of techs in the early game. In the old days you'd have had quads much earlier, so it might not have been as good, but I think that's a good choice. We have a little bit of tech harass here. But meanwhile, it looks like a nice double coming in on Moliere. So let's see how these techs go. So we have a TT on the power. We have... Ooh. A TT which got a war factory and a supply. Molly's already lost one Dozer. So he's looking pretty rough for him. He could have actually just been straight out the game if they'd have TT'd this as well. But yeah, really good opening from the bottom team. Vivid with a nice box, and he is very much on that tech, but are there terrorists in it? No. Just an attempted harass. Really forward tunnel getting up here. That's going to cause a lot of issues if that gets up. Decent from CryBaby here, just to drop off a couple of MDs. Sasukee wasting a quad there, doesn't want to be doing that. In fact, they're both wasting a few units here, which is not what you want to do after such a good start. But these two forward tunnels, I'm sure he must see this one. Does he not? I don't think he does, actually. Losing a Chinook at the front. Vivid does have a super tech. Vivid has now spotted this, and Molly is just trying to re-establish his war factory here. Ooh, just kept that V alive. I think Vivid wants him to remake his Chinooks here, which would be very wise. He does send one Chinook back to harvest. And I think so far, just on the control of the units, you're seeing why Vivid is in the pot he is, why he's pot 1 compared to the other players. It's not that their strategy was bad or the build was bad, but just on pure unit control. Vivid is showing his class here, really taking excellent trades all over the map. Really, really decent. Keeping his ally alive. But as I say, this is a really good move to counter-attack whilst Vivid is defending here. And they can kick the USA off that second supply. Molly does need to try and stay on top of his Chinooks. He's not moving them. And Sasuke's forgotten about his workers here, which is not great. So both GLAs have actually decided to go Palace, which, I mean, I guess is fine, but I don't know. I mean, maybe chat, you can have a think about this, but is it better that one goes dual arms dealer, the other goes Palace? Massive engagement here. And actually, that was terrible for the bottom team. Don't think you should be popping there, you're just giving away units, but did manage to pick off the super tech, so for that alone we could say that was worth it. But yeah, just hunt the last dozer and you're still in an okay position if you're the bottom team. Just go and get it. We see Vivid with a palace as well. Bus established for Vivid. And he's already done this once. He's trying to get another sneaky tunnel up. Both get in a market, so once the buggy mix comes into play, it's going to be really difficult for the USA player. Really difficult. It looks like we have a push here. They're both going together. You can't Fargo pop from here, so you're going to need to pop from here and here to engage this. But are they popping at all? Also, that looks like a demo bike. Is that gonna... got 1V. Can't really afford to lose their front like that. Nice from Vivid. His Jarman picked off the Jarman of CryBaby. Oh, that bike! Bunkers both the buses. Really good bike hit. So Amin was counter-attacking there while all that was happening, and he's got what looks like the dozer and the power, so that's pretty big. And they've managed to hold this off, so is that a swing in favour of the bottom team? They need to re-establish the front supply. but Molly now without power. Got a couple of Chinooks there, but looking pretty rough for him. And Vivid as stealth against a Demo and a Tox. Not going to be easy, but could come down to this. I would say the bottom team need to engage that front supply. Lag spike. Yeah, and they are coordinating here, so it looks like they do want to engage that. Don't want to run into a tunnel with buggies. So we have the buggy in front of the quads here. That's not quite how you want to do it. So Jarman should clear all this up.
Got my missile launcher right here.
And there isn't really, I mean, if Molly had power, there is a case or an argument to potentially surrender for Vivid, but without power, I think it's better he just focuses on the V control. Try and get Pathfinders up for level 3, he's pretty close. Two bikes coming in. And here's Vivid Jarman. Not good for CryBaby to be on the one supply, so they really still have to keep contesting this. Nice pick off. Loses a buggy. Pretty risky to use your Jarman to snipe one MD when you've got Vs that can make a spy drone, and you just saw Vivid's Jarman 1 second ago, and yeah, he just loses that. Not really worth it. That was decent. Demo bike hit there. Interesting game, this. Vivid on his 3rd market. Sasukee already has 4 markets. Amin has just getting his 2nd one, but are they bunkering because they know the USA's dead? I still think it's a big gamble to allow 10k's worth of income here to go to Vivid. Buggies and demo bikes popped here. Suzuki's doing pretty solid, but I'd like the bikes to come from like the side while the engagement's going on, not popping and going straight at them because the Vs can just run away. They seem content to just camp it out at the moment. They do have the demo upgrade, of course. But Vivid is really going hard on the markets now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th market being established. Oof, and that Jarman just stayed alive there, actually. I think all the players are suffering a little bit with the latency. Two Jarmans in the mix here. Vivid with a Vet 2 Jarman. And he's going to know the Jarman's here. The fact that the scrap just got picked up. Oh, and Molly dropped his V's, but the demo ambush with a massive takeout on those V's, and the bike clears it up. Need a quad to deny that. That's actually really, really decent. Yeah, you've got to kill these Chinooks. I mean, this is really hurting the economy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 markets. As two players, can they out-eco Vivid? Not sure I like this. With only 5k left, he sold that for Amin to take that last 5k. Not sure I like that, to be honest.
Let's kick up some dirt.
So we're averaging 30 latency, which is not easy to play in. Not easy at all. How are we doing in the chat? We good? Big GPS scrambler here. Really big. Vivid Jarman's having a field day here. And they... Oh, the buggies again, running in front of the quads. And it looks like it's too much for the bottom team to hold off here. The V's are taking the markets out. And I just think this was maybe the wrong choice to sacrifice that forward supply. All these V's are getting cleared up though. This is a 3-star Jarman now, so Vivid just needs to get that on a bike and it's definitely game over. And CryBaby GG's. Yeah, I mean, what I could see here, 2 errors. One, just simply the control of the units after a great start from the bottom team. Really nice double. I'm sure they'll say latency was a factor, but as I say, Vivid's control just looked way better, even in this latency. And then the choice to not fight for that unsafe supply. And there you see the difference in the eco there. So we'll get the players in, we'll update the score. And that is a 2-0. Yeah, so chat doesn't know how the bottom team lost that. I put it down to wasting too many units after a really, really good opening. Like, they had a really terrible engagement on the unsafe of Molly. Really went bad. And just neglecting that unsafe supply. Yeah, Vivid knows. I mean, I wasn't going to say anything, but it's the second. It comes down to that second supply. I'm not going to say anything because it's up to them to realise that. So it's not the Order of Elite coaching session. This is the Order of Elite casting session. I did a coaching session earlier, just giving a little bit of training to Fargo. He really appreciated that. Just trying to pick his level up a little bit. Right. Dark Mountain, they say. Let's get the Dark Mountain up. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair if all players agree. It's if you get GLA, it can influence what you want to, how you want to do your build, so it is worth doing it. So we see double Tox against tank super weapon. Interesting. Oh no. Okay, I thought I was going to be stuck on game over forever. Ooh, fast joins. So this is actually, it worked out left versus right in the end here. Can do it top versus bottom as well, but it's a left versus right. So it's been asked in chat, where did this Jarman on a bike meme come from? So I think I explained this on a stream the other day, actually. But yeah, so basically it was during a challenge match between Size and Boyka. I think Size was Inf, and it was kind of late game. And Size literally had the whole map and just a lot of hackers. I mean, I'll exaggerate to say like 50, but he had a lot of hackers. So Size sometimes does this thing where he doesn't close the game out. He just loves making secondary economy. He had about 4 nukes as well. And all Boyka had was a couple of markets and a Jarman on a bike. It was a Vet 3 Jarman on a bike. And anyway, the game actually mismatched, and for like 30 seconds to 1 minute, Vivid was, Boyka was arguing that it was 50-50 just because of this Jarman on a bike, and everyone in chat was like, what are you talking about? The game was over. And from there the meme was born. So whenever a team look like they've lost or a player looks like they've lost, chat will always go, we need a mismatch and a Jarman on a bike. So that is the meme. So we see Molly taking the forward supply here, which I think is a good call because versus 2 GLA you can just truck rush this. And I would have liked Madara from that point of view to rally a few terrorists here, but he's not doing that. And I think both workers are going to get denied here. Dozer misses that one. Truck does clear this one up. And you're kind of wondering what they're doing here because neither of them have taken their safe supply. So what is this build? CryBaby's gone for 4 Tox tunnels around his own base rather than taking this safe supply. So they're actually setting themselves on the back foot from the start by doing this. Not sure what their plan is here. Looks like a massive all-in on one of the players. Terrorist kills his own worker, but he does get the dozer. Needs to cancel these. It's just going to be a waste of money if he doesn't. Cancel that one. Vivid's probably in shock himself here, thinking what on earth is going on. No second supply. Needs to cancel this. He does. I don't understand what's happening really. Like both GLAs are on one supply. And they're not even syncing their tech, so CryBaby's going to Vivid with a massive push. Sasukee's going to the tank player. Really cute to bring Tox Rebels for the MD unload. Needs those techs in position for the ambulance though. And he's actually on top of Vivid's production, and he could clear these Vs up.
Scorpion, ready to sting.
Second ambulance comes in, really good crush from Vivid. That's a bit of a game changer, the tank, the Gatling tank. Oh no, he did have another worker. Ooh, he's managed to get a super tech though, and he's brought another worker here. Oh, this is going to be close. The tunnel's up. The tunnel is up. And that is also the last dozer for Vivid here. So, gunned the war factory down, killed the dozer. Deciding to just hit the economy at the moment. Really low eco for Sasukee. Why? Well, please, as Google would say. I would say tell them, Amar, but you might get banned from the tournament, so don't tell them. Two Tox tunnels are up now. Going to be really hard to clear. Where is this super tech going? A little harassment on the tank, perhaps. And now Sasukee has kicked Molly off his second supply. Could have killed that before the sell. Also, I don't think Sasukee realised that if you sell a building, the mines instantly disappear. He was checking for mines there. So, actually looking at the moment really good for Sasukee and CryBaby after what was a very confusing opening from my point of view. But this massive rush here is working out well, but Vivid has established an army, so he probably can clear that out. But can Molly hold this Scorp push here? Super Tech goes down. We see the 5-minute supply established for second supply established for Sasukee here. Vivid's actually managed to clear that up. And with Vivid's economy, he could still win this game. What happened here? I missed something here. Is this a flamer or something? Sasukee's base has just disappeared. Must have been a flamer, right? Totally missed something here. Turn that Scorp around. Oh no. And I don't think they're going to stop these Vs at all, actually.
I will work.
So I'll correct myself, this wasn't a second supply. This was his only supply, because this supply had been taken out. That V army is just going to be too strong here. We have a G from Sasukee. And if only they'd have had 2 supplies from the start. Could have gone so much better for them. V goes down to a Scorp. He's actually managed to kick Vivid off one of his supplies, but going to be tough against 2 players and general promotions. Probably needs to add a palace. Oh, and Vivid's not watching. Could have gone worse, actually, than it did. It's CryBaby doing this. He's in Vivid's base with 2 super strong quads here. They're going to gun down the Chinooks. Vivid needs to pull those. Are we having a comeback on a comeback? Vivid is definitely worried about it. A Spectre gunship is used defensively here. Needs to X those units. It could have potentially saved one of the quads there. CryBaby, who was on 1 supply, is now actually on 4 supplies. Even the middle supply been taken here. And if he's going to do this, I think he needs to take Vivid out here. You can't allow a V army to mass up. Or at least take this supply out, do something. Can't be passive in this situation. Vivid's going to have to micro those Vs like a god. Because he is very low on the units and he's very low on the cash. Wow, 99%. This tunnel gets stopped. Palace being thrown down. CryBaby is 3-star though. And as Tox, the Tox ambush could be nice. What is happening to these workers? He's accidentally pulled all his workers here. Another push on Vivid here. And the Parthies are out. Just not enough, I don't think. Twice Vivid was literally on the ropes. The initial attack and the push we just saw, but I don't think it's enough. A bit of a mistake from Molly here not to bring anything to actually kill RPGs. And killing those Battle Masters is going to really jumpstart CryBaby's promotions here. Maybe if he actually clears the tank and gets a CC for Tox Ambush, maybe he could get something to happen. Molly's definitely got to be careful to not waste units. And a little bit of hesitation there. Didn't kill these units, didn't kill the supply. Not good. Had to commit to something, I think. Couldn't just damage everything and leave. You had to kill something there. This could be massive if he gets 4-star. Decides to throw it in. GG. And I actually don't see them winning the reverse. Not with Vivid's Tox. I think is too strong for them. But let's see. Yeah, I totally missed bottom right. Yeah, nobody in chat seemed to get the strategy. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm definitely focusing on the dozers rather than the whole map. Need to be aware of that. No, I didn't, but yeah, I don't know. Why put yourself on one supply so early on? I mean, the Amin's rush was decent, like with the rebels, and he was pretty safe in his own base from a double with all those Tox tunnels, but what was Sasukee doing? Why wouldn't you... Like, I could get the one supply if you think I'm not going to be able to get my second supply initially because of, like, Dozer Rush or Truck Rush, something like that. But surely one player needs to take the safe supply in that situation. And I think if Sasukee had gone with Amin in that initial double, like, go together with your double, Vivid probably just dies there because he nearly died just by Amin's rush. So if, you know, Sasukee sends in a Tech Terror and Tech RPG as well, with Tox Tunnels kind of safe against tank in the, you know, very early game, and that could have been their game. And oh, and so yeah, a little bit odd. Little bit odd. In 2 weeks. Oh, why? Why did we not do it? Oh, babe, I'm still streaming, sorry, my mic's on. Alrighty. Oops, I'm getting keen here. I've gone team 1 myself. Can't do that. Right, let's get... where are we? Map. think this is going to be a 4-0, but let's see what they can do. I think 2 Tok's pretty good. And maybe this was the commentator curse, because I was just saying how the matchups were seeming balanced between the players. Let's hope Sasukee and Armin can close one out here and get a win on the scoreboard. So we have the 2 Toks on the right of the map for Vivid and Moliere, and we have Tank and Super Weapon on the left for Sasukee and Armin. And another confusing building is now being constructed here, from my point of view. And that is this second rack, so I'm not getting what that's about. Vivid has beaconed and said, take this please. And I'm not sure actually, this Dozer Rush is going to do alright. Vivid is rallying a terrorist though, which is very good. Oh, you're seeing new strategies here, guys. It's an old game. Oh, it's an old game, but we're still in 2020 seeing new strategies. And actually this, as a combo, if he denies this, has been very nice. The Dozer Rush with gap follow-up to clear the terrorists and these workers, and that's a mini success for the left team. Got to pay attention on that terrorist. Whoa, that was close. Micro the gap, micro the gap. I mean, what else is he looking at? There's nothing else to look at. Micro the gap. So Sasukee doesn't like expansions. He's on his 1 supply here. Has boxed his Dozer though, at least. We have a Tech Terror coming in from Molly here. And very nice from Sasukee, deals with that. And they've actually got Vivid on 1 supply. So this has gone, I would say, as good as an opening can go when you're against 2 Toks. No damage really done by the Tech so far. Needs to be careful here. Denied a Tech Terror and kicked one of the Toks off their 2nd supply. Not good here if he loses this though. And he's going to. Sasukee, Sasukee, Sasukee. No, no, no. Sasukee getting distracted by the latency, but as I say, it's the same for all players here. And from what I can see, Vivid's control looks far superior, as one would say. Can he clear up these RPGs? Why is he turning that back? Gone up to 44 now. Don't know who's... I think someone might be lagging actually. That's not normal at all. Wasting units again, look at this. Sad to watch. No ambo. Oh, there is an ambo there. with his army, but he's going to have to turn back for this tech RPG blob. But I'm not, I mean, the initial bit here was good, but, you know, if you send your USA a couple of GATs, this is way less scary. MDs with GATs just clear that up so easy. He's kind of just charging solo forward, but you're not going to win a team game if your ally is out the game like this. And this is 4-0. We're also getting random freezes as well, which is not great. I mean, Vivid has done great on one supply here to just basically kill his guy. And Molly's done really well as well, getting the 2 Arm Stealer Scorp spam. And that is the end of Sasukee. And he has left as well. And the latency has actually dropped quite a bit. So he's mentioning lag, but it's gone down from 35 to 26. It just feels better actually at the moment. We've gone down to 24. Really decent though from Vivid and Moliere. And if they close out a 5-0 here, they're really putting a marker on this tournament. Team to fear, team to watch. Not sure, I mean Armin just seems so focused on just charging here, but losing his second supply. Meanwhile, those are going to go down as well. Those does go down, does have his CC though. Not the best pops, but at this point, everything he loses is bad when the other team have the whole map. Vivid's just going to kill the prop here. Oh wow, we have a dual army strat occurring. The old Chinook flamer drop. Cute, but not enough. Right, let's get to game 5. This is over. He actually doesn't have enough money to remake a dozer and a supply, unless of course he cash hacks, but it seems to be wanting to rival Boyka for staying long in games that are already over, it seems. Oh, he wants to use his level 3. And what is he using that on? His supply? No? That Scorp army? Others seem to be going here.
You have
Well, GG. 4-0. And I guess what, folks? I think I get the rules. I think Sasukee and Amin get to pick the map again. Could be wrong about that. But I think that is the case. You think someone who has studied law has an IQ? Oh boy, I got a surprise for you, says CISD. I think chat probably are talking about the choice of strats here that seem to be a little bit off. Manic aggression for what could be the last game of this series. Yeah, we need pro host for Millie here. We do. Oh. Good luck and fun. I was tabbed. And the players are ready. Are they going to re or... Yep, they are. Well, Vivid had stealth, and there were no other GLAs, so I think this is going to be tough for Madara and Armin here. Tank stealth against USA super weapon. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, this is tough. I mean, Tank's pretty decent on this map as well. But let's see if they can pull something out the bag. Would this have been a different result with Leb playing? I mean, Leb's pretty active. He's spammed a lot. Not sure how many team games he's done, but he's spammed a lot of 1v1s, so would that have made a difference? So, decent dozer rush, but Vivid again's prepared. And he's actually getting a tunnel up the top, and I don't think he's going to stop that. Looks like a pure no eco from Armin here. We have 40 latency though, right now. No eco against tank in 40 latency. I wish him luck with that. Oh, he's got to stop this worker. Is he going to stop it? No. No. Oh dear. Molly with a troop caller to get his oils. and to buy a little bit of time with Gats behind it. What is this? He's dropping. Is he dropping his full V? Why would you drop your 2 Vs? I mean, I don't know why you do that when you could just walk where you walk with the ambulance. And it doesn't make much difference now because his base is down already to Vivid, who has a super tech. I think you've just seen better strats, better teamwork, and better micro from Vivid and Molly. And Molly's already prepared for the worst case scenario. He's thrown a power scaffold down for Vivid. But I don't think he needs to worry because Vivid's going to actually hold that no eco off with his RPG tech. Didn't quite get it. He did get it. That's GG. Armin is out. CryBaby is not doing too much. Sorry, I mean Sasukee's not doing too much while his mate's getting doubled. And that is a very convincing 5-0. Very convincing. Right on the cliff edge of the world. The world is flat. Vivid's right on the edge. He's camped here, but it's going to be a bunch of Gats walking to his base. And Vivid pops, and that is GG. Whoa. Demolition from Vivid Moliere. Absolute beast mode from Vivid there. Well. Really well played. So we'll have a quick look at the bracket. If you don't want to see previous results, look away. But we're going to just have a quick look at the bracket to see what this means and to see who's playing who in the next round, actually. So let's just have a quick look what's happening there. Yeah, no spoilers, guys. So I'm going to look at the bracket now. So if you don't want to see it, look away. So this is the bracket. Master and Apprentices. So matches that have already played, really fun series there, which could have gone either way actually. So super close. They are in round 2 against a very strong looking Vivid and Moliere. So I think based on what we've just witnessed here, I think you've got to put Vivid Moliere as the favourites for that. Not sure what's happening with this round, so I don't know who Peter and Cyrus are going to actually get here, because I've got a suspicion Fire Lords decided not to play. So awaiting the opponents here, but again Peter and Daniel look really strong there. I played yesterday with Kilwa against Leader Flame, who are definitely decent, and we are going to be playing the winner of this combo here, which, as I say, probably favour SPL and his ally there in that matchup. And then top of the bracket, I haven't seen much of what's happening here, but I think Google Magical versus Dense Exile is going to be super good. Dense Exile being a really good team, Google being probably the best 2v2 player. So this is also going to be a very interesting watch. And they'll play the winners of Taz Queen, Hummy Nickname. So yeah, I think they're combos and matches we've not seen before, and at least the game I played and the ones I've seen have looked pretty fun, to be honest. So yeah, interesting stuff on how this develops. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hit a like if you can, not a dislike, but a like, and we'll keep these streams popping up. But I will end the stream there. So that was a 5-0 in the end for Vivid Mol. We'll see you again soon.
Picking up the pieces that I lost in the lobby. I put you against the wall, you had us body to body. I can't help the way you make me feel, it's so hard to copy. Let's find common ground, meet me in a lost and found, yeah. Dark days turning into dark nights. I hit the strip and spend it all, I'm having hard times. I reminiscing at me looking through the archives. I seen a picture of you looking like a star shines. And you bright, like the lights on a fight night. Love hit me like a mic. You know I'ma get it right. So stay with me, run away with me. Need like a dope fiend, need dope. Need like a coke fiend, need coke. Even though your heart cold, ski slope. I really hope the song bringing me close.